Did she just say anus seeds? What's an anus seed? Welcome back. Halloween Baking Championship episode 2 is here. And just like last week, there was a huge surprise today. If you don't want me to spoil this episode for you, if you haven't seen it yet, please stop this video, head over to Food Network, watch it, and then come back because I'm about to ruin it for you in about 10 seconds. There were some big flip flops this week. Some people who were on the bottom last week crushed it today, and some people who were near the top actually went home today. The biggest surprise I thought from this episode was Nina going home. If you remember from last week, she was second in that first challenge. She's the self-proclaimed best baker on the planet, and she clearly has the skills to back it up. But the fact that she went home, that someone as good as her can go home, just shows that it doesn't really matter how good of a baker you are. I mean, it does matter. But what I'm saying is you can go home for just having one bad day in the kitchen, which is what happened to her. She seemed to be struggling this episode in both challenges. Her first one wasn't successful. She had to do that final bake-off thing, didn't do good, and then she got the boot. So you really got to be careful with how much you praise yourself out loud because you can go home with just one bad day, no matter how good you are. She was shocked that she went home. I think some of the other bakers were as well. But honestly, I think Nina was shocked when she did so poorly in that first challenge. She just was not expecting that. But several things happened and it just wasn't going her way, which I'm sure happens to the best of them. I just need to get over the fact that most of these Halloween bakes are not going to be cute or appetizing or something that I really want to put in my mouth. They're going to be pretty gross. And this first challenge with them having to make human organ donation bakes, a lot of them looked really disgusting. Even the jars that they had to run back. By the way, would you be a runner back to get whatever your flavor or thing is? Or would you just kind of saunter back there? I always wonder why people are sprinting. It's probably just for the cameras. But I'm like, why are you sprinting? Like, usually the ingredients are on the back of the thing, so you don't know anyways. And even if they are on the front, like they were today, you have like 0.2 seconds to grab what you need. I'm all about conserving energy, so I feel like I would just let them run and I would just get whatever's left over. Plus, I'm pretty clumsy, so I might either just fall down, run into someone, run into a table, knock over that table with all the jars on it, and ruin the shot anyway. And another flip flop was Megan. Last week, she almost went home. I think she was the one who was going to go home if Justin hadn't stepped in and like Hunger Gamed himself and volunteered to go home. I think she was it. But this time today, she really had a redemption episode. She did so good. And it really seemed in that first challenge that she was just having fun and enjoying what she was doing. And I think that's partially why her bake turned out so good. Her organ was a gallbladder. And oh my God, it looked disgusting. I'll show you in a minute. But she ended up making her gallbladder out of mochi. I don't know if you've ever had mochi, but it's this fun, I don't even know how to describe it. It's this really fun texture. Whenever I get frozen yogurt, I'll get these little mochi squares on top of it, like for the topping. And it's just a fun, like squishy, springy type texture. It's not super sweet. It's really good. And apparently it's really easy. All you need is a microwave. It seems pretty foolproof. So yeah, I'm going to try it. Her dessert looked absolutely disgusting. And I don't know if it was just the way that Zach, the judge, was eating it, kind of like plopping it into his mouth. And it was black. That just looks so gross. But the judges really liked the flavors. They liked how interactive it was because you kind of had to cut it open to get to it, which was kind of gross. So she did good. I was happy to see how good she did. And I was confused why Nina decided to do a tart because she said she doesn't do them a whole lot. I've seen that on these baking shows where they just go rogue and they do something they've either never done before or it's been years since they've done it. And I'm like, is that such a good idea? Shouldn't you stick with something you know, especially on a show that's high stakes like this where you win money and like a lot of money at the end? But I don't know. Maybe she just wanted to challenge herself. But things really didn't go well for her in this challenge and she was in the bottom, meaning she had to do that final face-off thing. And I don't know if that first challenge just rocked her confidence or got in her head or what, but she just seemed to be very like not confident, which is not what we're used to seeing from her. She burned her salted caramel at least once. And oh my God, I finally tried caramel. And when they say that it goes from okay to burnt in a matter of seconds, they are 100% right. So that happened to her and she ended up just scrapping it because she didn't have time. But it's so weird with caramel too, because when I was doing it, I burnt it 3 times, by the way. And when you're up close on it, you can't really tell if it's burning. I don't know if you've had that experience, but I couldn't tell until my eyes started watering and burning. And then I was like, oh shit, it's burning. And it happens so fast. She even had Corey test taste her dessert. And I'm just like, what is up with that? I've never seen that on a baking show before. I guess it's allowed, but I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird. Her dessert, though, on the final face off, I thought looked really good. She had to recreate a haunted vacuum, like handheld vacuum in dessert form. I think she had the hardest one because the other two had a haunted TV and one had a toaster, which are easier shapes than a vacuum. So, considering the challenge, I think she did good. The judges liked her flavor. It was a Mexican chocolate cake, which I guess is just a chocolate cake with cayenne pepper in it, but they weren't crazy about her buttercream. The one thing I did like is when she was slicing into the vacuum, she sliced into it and like all this blood was coming out, which was pretty cool. But she didn't do great in the first challenge. She didn't do great in the second one, so she got sent home. That winning bake from Jake for the first challenge looked so good. He made lung-shaped baklava on a cheesecake, and oh my God, that actually looked like something I wanted to eat. It was funny too, when he was first starting, he was like, I can't find a lung-shaped cookie cutter. No shit. He ended up finding a pumpkin one, which looks like lungs, and he did really good. I like that he won too because he just seems, I don't know, quiet. It's not like I know him or anything, but he just doesn't seem super flashy. So it's almost like a dark horse kind of vibe. So I was happy that he won. Another one that really grossed me out was Alan's. So he had a bunch of eyeballs on this cheesecake. And what was even grosser for his is he left the like root nerve thing on the eyeball. Oh my God, it looks so gross. I'm watching this show right now called Alien Earth. I don't know if you've seen it. It's on Hulu, but there's this really scary alien thing that's just an eyeball that like invades an animal or a person's eye socket and basically like takes them over. Oh my God, it's the creepiest thing ever. Anything with eyes, no thanks. And I'm a dental hygienist. I'm used to being in the mouth. I've seen some pretty gross things in the mouth, but anything with the eyes, I can't. His dessert was one I actually wanted to eat. He used macadamias. I'm a huge macadamia nut fan. So his was a macadamia pineapple cheesecake that looked really good besides the eyes. Also, I loved how Carla was just like so dainty eating her little eyeball. Speaking of Carla, can I just say I love how much Carla enjoys eating. You can tell when she's eating these desserts, she is just in her happy place. She doesn't play for the cameras. She just like gets in there and takes these big old bites, and I can tell that she just loves it. So in honor of Carla, here is a little montage I put together for you. Love, love, love Carla. I first saw her as a judge on the Holiday Baking Championship, and I was like, oh my God, this chick is cool. I'm not cool. She's cool. So, Carla, if you ever want to hang out, let's hang out. Consuela got the human face, and she was ballsy enough to recreate the judges' faces, I think, out of fondant for her dessert. And these turned out crazy good, like really good. But when she was in front of the judges talking about her dessert, she said that she used anise seeds. I was like, did she just say anise seeds? What's an anise seed? Like, what's that taste like? And the judges were like, no, it's anise seed. Oops. Poor stressy Melanie was at it again today. This time she was making cinnamon roll intestines, and she was just freaking out the whole time because she did not think that they were cooked all the way. She thought that they were raw. And what happens in that situation? Like, do you let the judges know there's a 50-50 chance this might make you sick? Or do you just let it ride? I've always thought the most stressful thing on these baking shows is not being able to taste what you made before you give it to the judges. I mean, I guess it's too late. It doesn't really matter anyways, but you don't know what it's going to taste like, look like, feel like, be like until you cut into it and serve it to them. I personally like my things to be underbaked, like almost to the point where it might make me sick. I just enjoy that texture. Maybe that's just me. Something I really liked was when Frenchie and Corey came over to help Melanie, especially because Frenchie in particular seems very competitive. So it's just nice to see him helping her out. Hers turned out okay. They were baked, at least the part that she served to the judges, although she was in the bottom and she had to do the final face-off thing. Does anyone else love buttercream being put on things. I don't know what it is to me. It's like a visual ASMR or something, but it's just so soothing. Something I learned in Melanie's judging was if your cinnamon rolls don't rise enough and they're kind of dense, just call it arugula. I'm totally going to steal that because I'm sure it's going to happen. Her toaster and the final face off was cute. Like, this is the kind of Halloween stuff that I like really cutesy looking stuff. The judges really liked her hot chocolate flavored buttercream and cake. Sounded really good. Oksana's vertebrae that she put on top of her dessert looked amazing in that first challenge. Unfortunately, last week she was in the bottom, and this week she was in the bottom too, and she had to do the final face off thing. The judges liked it, they just didn't like how it was put together. I guess the ratios were off, and it just seems so nitpicky. But when the judges are really nitpicking a dessert like this, especially something that's good, you know that all of the other bakers are really good too, and it's just really competitive. And her final face off haunted TV box thing was so impressive. I've talked about this before, but I think I was like 18 or 19. I tried to make a chocolate box that I saw like in an Oprah magazine or something. There was no way I could do it back then. And I don't even think I could do it now. But making something out of chocolate is super hard. Making it square is really hard. Back then, I actually couldn't get the sides to stick together, and I legit used super glue and told the person that I gave it to, like, don't eat it. There's super glue on there. And when she showed the slice of her dessert, it was like a Black Forest cake. Oh my God, it looks so good. There was so much filling in there. And the judges actually didn't like that because I guess technically there was too much filling. I love a lot of filling, so I totally could have gotten down with that cake. I actually got some inspo from this episode. I want to try making something that tastes like hot chocolate. I don't know how to do that. If you know, please let me know. And I want to try something with Black Forest because I love cherries and I love chocolate. I'd love to hear what you thought of this episode. And if you're enjoying these videos, please subscribe to my channel and I will see you next time.